Okay, I'm here with Stefano. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Indeed. You had quite a lot of things to say about your art. Do you want to take us through what started off that unique piece?
Well, everything started like something like 4 or 5 years ago, back when I was still living in Italy. And when I actually started taking the pictures, but the whole process started years before, when I was in high school. So I did art school, and I spent hours and years really drawing lines on boxes, on paper, trying to achieve the perfect line, the perfect sign. And so line sort of became part of me, the sign. So then I started to get into photography, and then I wanted to sort of find a way to describe the female body with as less element as I possibly could. So I decided to use the lines. So I tried literally to draw to achieve what I wanted to do using lines, but I was not very good in painting and drawing. So what I did, I started using photography, and one day I thought, why don't I use a laser light to do my drawing like a pencil, So I tried with the red one, that was not working very well because the red light doesn't work very well on skin.
Yeah.
And then I discovered the green one, who works much better, it's much stronger, and it's much better on picture. So I started and I tried, and I tried to do it manually, but it was not good enough, was not very precise. So I built myself a tool to do it. And with just scrap components that I found on my dad's garage back then. So I took a part from an old hard drive, an engine and motor, electric motor from an old cassette player, and just mixed them up, and I made this tool in which I can basically put the laser on top of this tool, and this tool makes the laser spinning around. The light is on, so you have like this dot light spinning around, which draws lines, And this whole thing was mounted on top of a tripod, and by tilting the head of the tripod, you can change the direction of the lines, the position of the lines. So that's how I got the lines.
It's amazing how you've used is it a mechanics background to create this?
Sorry?
To create this, I mean, you weren't actually using traditional art materials. Mm-hmm. You're using something quite mechanical. Where does that come from?
It's mechanical. Because I like to make stuff. Yeah. I'm very good at making stuff. I like to mix around. Again, my dad's garage is full of scrap things. He collects everything, keeps everything, and I think it's also part of the process of creation. Building tools that allows you to make art as well. So building your own tools. I'm planning to build I haven't done it yet, but I'm planning to build my own laser.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that could be very dangerous.
Yeah, I might, if you hear like a boom at one point, that's me with my lasers. And then I had a not very, let's say, not very happy time in life. So it's very hard when you have to deal with those things. I moved to London, and I was alone. Blah blah blah. So I went through. Again.
London can do that to everybody, even Londoners.
At
least you have your art to speak through it.
Thank you. That was my salvation, literally. And I stopped using lines and started using what I call scratches. Basically, there's a sort of glass that you can put on top of the laser that diffracts the light. That's not right. That's the diffraction. So you have multiple dots, and it looks like sort of virtual brush, like a brush made of light. So I started using that brush on my models, and then I started asking the models to do a bit of movement in the pictures. So it's not a still image anymore, it's something that's sort of moving, sort of changing, and then those pictures became more strong, more dramatic, and more vulnerable as well, because few of those pictures I've taken like last year, I'm not feeling comfortable in showing them now.
Yeah, you mentioned before.
Yeah, I mentioned that. Probably in the future I'll be able to see myself, to see my old self on those pictures. So, oh, I was like that, now I'm something else. So I feel comfortable in showing that.
Okay. Tell me more about the context of it being curated here. I mean, this is a place for people who aren't necessarily artists to evolve and create. Do you feel part of that aesthetic?
I don't know. I feel I'm doing my own thing.
Okay.
You know, for myself mainly. That's how I started doing that. I started doing it for myself. And then tonight is actually the very first night I'm exhibiting my work, and it's good.
Excellent.
Can't wait to do any more, to do it, you know, again in the future.
I have two more questions.
Yeah, of course.
One, the picture on the far right downstairs, which should be shown now as we use our video technology to do so.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that, because the face is missing, the hands are outstretched, and it's almost like the face has been blown away. What were you trying to create there?
So first of all, I like to hide the identity of my models, because if you can recognize someone in a picture, maybe you know the guy or the girl, and you know that maybe he's a singer, or maybe he's a writer, or maybe he's a friend of yours, so you know the person. I want to take that off from the picture. I want to have someone who's nobody and everybody at the same time. Okay. And to achieve that, and still showing the face, it's actually very, very simple. I ask my models to move. So because they're moving, and while they're moving, the laser is painting. I say paint, it's not a paint, it's like lighting up their faces. You have this blurred effect, but other parts of the body are perfectly still. So the movement that he's doing in that picture is this one. Eyes closed. So he's doing this movement here. And as a result, the head is just a map. Sort of something that you see is the head, but you can see the nose, you can see the eyes, you can see the mouth, but you have the idea of it. You have also these hands that are moving while they're doing and just scratching the space, you know. That's what I wanted to do.